You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, on this channel, we have called out the NBA and Nike for their relationship with the Chinese Communist Party. Now, there is labor camps over there in the Uyghur regions as the Uyghurs are enslaved by the Chinese Communist Party. Nike doesn't say anything about it. The NBA doesn't say anything about it. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, they are completely silent on this. And there's really been no NBA players that have had the guts to actually stand up to China. Now enter Enes Kanter. Rhodes actually put up a video on Enes Kanter, and Enes Kanter has been vocal about how he disapproves of the CCP and the treatment of the Tibetans. He called Xi Jinping a brutal dictator. And in return, China reacted and has now banned all games of the Boston Celtics because Enes Kanter plays for the Boston Celtics. Now, fast forward today now, and Enes Kanter is back again. This time, he is calling out Nike. Just do it. He is calling out Nike for remaining silent on China. I love this. He has called them out. Also, there's a video. We're actually going to play it here. And he invites Phil Knight. He also invites LeBron James and Michael Jordan to actually go to China and see the Uyghur concentration camps. And ladies and gentlemen, we know that will never happen. And I'm pretty sure if LeBron James was asked about this, LeBron would have no comment because Nike is run by China. The NBA is run by China. And ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that eventually there's going to be a lot of pressure on the NBA from China to silence Enes Kanter for his opinions. And you know what? I do believe that the NBA is going to step in. It may be under the table, and they're going to tell Enes Kanter to shut up and dribble. But let's go ahead. Let's get into this, guys. NBA's Enes Kanter calls out Nike's silence on China and alleged forced labor of Uyghurs. It's not alleged. We have pictures and videos out there. They are in concentration camps, okay? And he also wears modern-day slave shoes in an NBA game, and you can see it right here. I believe this is a game from last night, if I'm not mistaken. And it says modern day slavery on the shoes here. But let's check out this video here. And Enes Kanter even tweeted this out. Dear Nike, stop the modern day slavery now. Hashtag hypocrite Nike. Hashtag end Uyghur forced labor. Enes Kanter has been on a roll criticizing China. So let's go ahead. Let's check out this clip here from Enes Kanter.
Dear Nike, your company says that you are making a positive impact in our communities. And that is true. Yes, you are. Here in the United States, Nike stands with the Black Lives Matter,
which is a Marxist organization that was burning down the city last year. Let's move on.
Nike stands with Stop Asian Hate. Nike stands with the Latino community. And Nike stands with the LGBTQ community. And Nike remains vocal about injustice here in America. But when it comes to China, Nike remains silent. You do not address police brutality in China. You do not speak about discrimination against the LGBTQ community.
I love this. He is hitting it right on the money, folks. And if you're a part of the alphabet community in China, you know what's going to happen to you? It's not going to be good. There's a reason why, when it comes to movies anyway, China does not allow portrayals of LGBT people in movies. So when these Hollywood movies want to do all this woke stuff in the movies over here, they can't do that in China. But if you don't like it here in America, they're going to call you a bigot and all this other stuff. But when it comes to China, they'll bend the knee and take it out. But let's move on.
You do not say a worried about the oppression of minorities in China. You are scared to speak up. Who makes your shoes in China? Do you even know? There are so many forced labor factories in China. For instance, Uyghur forced labor in modern day slavery, and it is happening right now in China. Millions of Uyghurs are currently detained, sold, and assigned to work at forced labor camps, prisons, and factories across the country. They are under constant surveillance, with long working hours and poor living conditions. They are subject to political re-education. They have no freedom of expression, no freedom of religion, and they are not even able to leave. Did you know that almost the entire apparel and footwear industry is tainted by Uyghur forced labor? Many well-known global brands are implicated, and yes, that includes one of the NBA's biggest sponsors, Nike. Nike claims that they do not allow any forced labor in their supply chains, yet they don't have the receipt to prove it. They have not publicly committed to cutting ties with the Chinese government's labor transfer scheme.
They never will. They never will. They care only about profits, and we know this.
They have not provided clear timelines or updates about their efforts to end this. They have not publicly committed to the steps outlined by the coalition to end Uyghur forced labor. Don't forget, every time you put those shoes on your feet or you put that t-shirt on your back, there are so many tears and so much oppression and so much blood behind it all. Nike likes to say, just do it. Well, what are you doing about the slave labor that makes your shoes? That slave labor that makes you rich? To the owner of Nike, Phil Knight, I have a message for you. How about I book a plane tickets for us? Let's fly to China together. We can try to visit these slave labor camps, and you can see it with your own eyes. LeBron James and Michael Jordan, you guys are welcome to come too. Nike must be a participant in this. Stop with hypocrisy. Stop the modern day slavery now.
Well said, Enes Kanter, and there you have it, black and white sports fans. And we know that LeBron, Michael Jordan, they're not going to take him up on a trip to China to see these camps. They are not. And we know that LeBron James is completely silent when it comes to China because they are bought and paid by the Chinese Communist Party. Nike will say nothing. They will not. You know, it's good to see an NBA player actually calling Nike out on this. You know, we're the only ones, and Sports Wars, Outkick and some other places have talked about this. But however, the Nike CEO, and we did a video on this, came out and said they are a brand and company of China. The CCP runs Nike. And I'm glad that Enes Kanter called them out, but I don't believe anything is going to come of this because China runs Nike and China runs the NBA. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, Enes Kanter calling out Nike a day after, calling out China for the treatment of Tibetans. And still, we have heard nothing from LeBron James. We've heard nothing from the NBA. We've heard nothing from Nike. They will remain silent. Enes Kanter, keep bringing the heat on these people and these companies. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.